Welcome everyone to a Steel Faith Overhaul II multiplayer battle. Today we're looking at a free-for-all and we're going to go over each faction that's currently here right now. Crusader is playing as Chaos right over here. He's a corrupt Crusader. We've got Archaon the Ever-Chosen on foot, no mount for him at all, and you can see that he's really popping now with a lot of color. He's here to burn things down. We're looking at Forsaken nearby. He doesn't really have a plentiful army. It looks like a lot of money was spent on having a Hell Cannon, Archaon, and only a few Chaos Marauder with great weapons. I mean, these guys do have armor piercing, but they're not really meant for a long-term fight. They'll break apart eventually. Over here, we're looking at Chaos Chariots, the standard variant with horses, and now we're going to go over here and go look at Sir Red Dog of Smeg. And to let you know, if you want to, give me a multiplayer replay for me to cover, you can find a little board on my Discord link down below where you could do so. There's even a multiplayer group if you just want to find people to play multiplayer with. Now, with all that said, we're looking at skin cohorts over here and Blessed Saurus units that have shields. They're pretty darn tough. If we go look at them, we're looking at 43 armor, which is pretty darn low, but they have a decent melee attack of 32 and 39 melee defense. For what they are, they can actually do pretty well for their cost. Now over here we do have Blessed Temple Guards, and these are just a stronger variant of Temple Guards. We're looking at 55 weapon strength for armor piercing, and what else do we have here? A bonus when fighting large creatures. So that's going to be an extra 15 points of damage right over there. And right now they're heading right on over to the Chaos Forces. Now we're looking at a Hell Cannon that's about to land inside of these skin cohorts. Over here we've got Kraka, and don't worry, once we're done we'll get out of slow motion. But here's Kraka on his mount, and over here a Skink Priest of the Heavens, and that is a pretty powerful combination. Heaven's magic is quite good. And now over here we're going to go look at our good friend Mega. Now Mega has brought in some Sword Masters, and you can see that they're beginning to charge into the fray. We're looking at archers right over here, and they're about to be attacked by a Plague Claw Catapult. And then we've got Lothern Sea Guard, in addition to just a lot more archers. Let's see, let's have an idea. Who do you think you will win in the very beginning? I mean, you'll know if you skip ahead, but it was really hard for me to tell. Silver Helms right over here, they're getting ready to charge in, and Tyrion's around here somewhere. Is that him? There's Tyrion. Tyrion on horseback, who's currently leading his men into combat. It's a very bright and colorful day, as you can see here. And then finally, we've got the Skaven right over here. We're looking at Skaven slaves, and they're meant to be pretty good fodder. We're looking at Storm Vermin, who are pretty darn tough, swords and shields involved. We're looking over here at some Poison Wind Globadiers, and that is led by Spaghetti Alien, who might in fact be the biggest Skaven fan I've ever met. And if you want to take the title from him, you'll have to fight him. But here's more Plague Claw Catapults right over here, and again, more Clan Rat. So he's working on his numbers right now, and I wonder how that might play out in a free-for-all. So let's go look at what we have that's happening right now. That Hell Cannon just did quite a bit of damage right to the Skink cohorts, but they are relatively cheap. So it's really not a big deal that that happened. We'll have to watch a little mini-map too as we keep on going along, but if you want to really check out the colors here, that was a solid hit right on Kraka. I'm not sure if going after Kraka with that type of targeting will really help him out. And back here we're looking at Chaos Spawn. Chaos Spawn can do a lot of damage, especially in Steel Faith Overhaul. And I will be covering more multiplayer battles in the future, hopefully with more custom units and all of that. Over here we're looking at artillery now exchanging fire between the High Elves and the Skaven 2. They're currently just raking through each other. It looks like Mega is currently in the lead, and that would be the High Elves right now. There's a Plague Claw Catapult currently going after the Lothern Sea Guard. They have no shields, at least not that variant of them. Let's go back over here and check out what is happening. The Skink Priest is currently using magic nearby. Some Chain Lightning that's currently missing a lot of their units. We have Chariots moving in, going after these Skink cohorts. Let's see if that's going to be effective or not. They're charging right through. There we are. So he probably should have charged in from the very beginning instead of taking shots, because I'm looking at a little bit of damage nearby. Let's go look at what's happening over here. So it looks like the Skaven are charging right into the High Elves, and they kind of have a decent location. In my opinion, what should have been done here, you could have gone through the jungle right over here. That way, their archers wouldn't really be that effective against you. You would block a lot of attacks. Now, the Sword Masters are certainly your deadliest target outside of Tyrion, who is known as the Elven Blender. Feint and Riposte, look at that. More melee defense, physical resistance, and melee attack. So they're very, very strong. This artillery is beginning to go through the slaves, and they're going to break and come back later. So Mega is currently in the lead. We still have Plague Claw Catapults over here, and a few slaves guarding the artillery. I don't think that would make like a huge difference. And over here, we're looking at a Skink Priest still harassing a bunch of units over here, trying to keep that Hell Cannon busy, while we're still having a bit of a showdown. The Blessed Temple Guards are now moving into battle. They're charging right in. And if they don't charge in, they're gonna miss out on a nice charge bonus. Let's check it out. You can see how cool these guys look. I've been tweaking my colors a little bit, so if you notice that there's a little bit more saturation and it's a lot more vibrant than usual, that's by design. I like my games fairly vibrant. Reminds me of some old Elder Scrolls V mods where you could get some mods that just made it look so colorful and lively. But here we go, right over here. The High Elves are moving away with their silver helms. There's a few caught behind. We're looking at the main battle over here where many more rats are running away. I mean, it's kind of like they're holding a choke point. We're looking at spears now gouging into these Skaven who are not getting ahead. They're not going to be able to power their way through. That's one thing here, is that you would want to use your numbers to surround your foes. If you're not able to do that, then well, they're going to funnel you down. Let's go check things out over here. We'll have to go into slow motion every so often. So we're looking at more damage being done to more marauders as he's trying to guard his hell cannon. It looks like a lot of attention was spent focusing on defending that hell cannon, and that could be the downside of actually having artillery. You have to guard it. It's very good, sure, it can get a lot of kills, and so far 93 kills is not too bad. Actually, maybe he should have moved back. He could have moved back a little bit further, and he could have kept hitting them with the hell cannon. That would have been a much better idea, moving back pretty far and using your hell cannon to keep on shooting. Now, the flying skink priest I'm sure was quite annoying. We had a burning head right over here. That must have been from Archeon, who does know fire magic, and right now we have a skink cohort that's currently fleeing. So we're looking at marauders fighting, and so far they don't really have any kills. I don't think they are going to get a lot of kills. Kraka Drak is going to do a lot of damage. Let's go back to our Skaven and High Elf battle. I'm sure that's going to be quite enjoyable to watch. We've got a few clan rats over here, but they're all alone. They are unsupported, so I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do on their own. Now let's go look over here. We're looking at who? Tretch Craventail, really? I haven't really seen him in action too often. Well, he just came in and killed a few elves, and he's doing even more damage now. And there's one of Tyrion's spells, I believe, one of his abilities that just ripped through a lot of Skaven. You can see now that many more of them are dead. Tyrion's over here. He's killed 79, 81. Tyrion is no joke. Tyrion, I would never want to fight him. He is really a monstrosity to ever engage in. We have more silver helms over here. We got a few storm vermin coming after them. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I guess we'll find out later. Let's go look over here. We've got a few warriors that are beginning to flee, and we're looking at Kraka Drak, who's currently moving around. 27 kills right now, and many of these marauders are broken down. Yeah, whenever you're fighting a bunch of lizardmen, their infantry is quite tough. I mean, look at that over here. Blessing of Sotek, they've got a larger charge bonus. We're looking at a lot of custom abilities from Steel Faith Overhaul, and a few javelins coming in. A few of them are being broken, but Forsaken, great warriors and all that, or Chaos warriors or marauders with great weapons, they just do not have the staying power. Only 55 armor, which is really not too bad in comparison, but they're just not going to be there for too long. They do actually have some decent stats, though a very low melee defense. If you look at the Blessed Temple Guards, 42 kills, and barely any of them died. They're very strong, and Kraka Drak is just a much stronger lord. I'm not sure if Archeon is really up to snuff here. Maybe one day he'll be stronger again, but in his standard form, he's really not that powerful. Chaos Chariots are moving. They can be good, but they can also be a pain to move around. Let's go back to our Skaven battle, fighting the High Elves over here. We'll probably stay out of slow motion for now. You can see that many of them have died. It's been a pretty close fight. He's trying to take out Tyrion right now. I think what I would do, I'll probably keep him busy, but then focus on the entire army and go after the rest of them later on. If we go look at what they have more archers still attacking. That was a pretty powerful attack by that artillery. And we're looking at a few more kills by some more archers, and more of them are being killed out here. Sword Masters are having a pretty easy time fighting them. He's got enough artillery, he actually could have used that. Yeah, whenever you have the range advantage, you want to try to utilize it as much as you can. So it looks like he's trying to hit another target and not the High Elves, which is pretty curious. Maybe he's trying to focus on points. That could be a possibility. Right now, it looks like the Lizardmen are in the lead. We have that Skink High Priest still attacking, still getting kills, or at least annoying them quite a bit. The Hell Cannon over here is not doing too much. It's a beautiful sunny day, and let's go look at the forecast here. Ah, slaughter indeed. Okay, so that's happening right now. Kraka Drak is running after them. We've got a few more Forsaken being gnawed and torn into little itty bits. And those Chaos Spawn have been back here like the entire time, so they haven't really been pushed in quite yet. So let's go over at what's happening over here. It's really difficult to say what you can do in free-for-all. I can give a lot more advice in a non-free-for-all, but it's really up to if you're being ganged up on or not. I have been often ganged up on, which is always a lot of fun. Okay, we got a few more Skaven over here in the jungle. We're looking at Tretch, who's not going to be able to stand up to Tyrion. That's just not going to happen. Tyrion's got 100 kills. He's just so overtuned. I mean, look at that freaking melee attack. 81 melee attack. No one's going to be able to beat that. The guy has also how much? 68 melee defense. Dretch has 70, but he's just not going to be able to do it. Wow. I've never seen an Eagle Claw Bolter get that many kills, not in a long time anyway. So that's been able to rip through a lot of the Skaven. I think having the Plague Claws focus on that would have been a much better call. You could have gone after all their archers, you could have gone after a lot more if you had done that. Swordmasters over here are just going to get a lot of kills. You would want to probably focus range units on them, though they can deflect a few of them. And right now they're tearing through a few more Skaven, and these guys are currently running away. They're trying to get the hell out of dodge. So there they are. Let's go back over here now. We got a few more Chaos Warriors to worry about. We're looking at Kraka. He's still moving around the map, and his Skink Priest is still flying around trying to get a few kills. I don't know how much magic he really does have right now. It could be a little bit, it could be a lot. There's another spell, and that Hell Cannon is now gone. It's a lot of money gone. 200 kills. A few Chaos Spawn are coming back here to go after the Plague Claws. So if we didn't have the Plague Claws over here, they could have killed a lot more High Elves, and that may have been a good thing, but maybe he was trying to go for more points. I'm really not too sure. Skaven can have a pretty tough time in free-for-all since, you know, you get more points based on kills, so I'm not sure if they've ever really tweaked that. But over here, it looks like the High Elves are currently finishing off their foes. Right now, if there's going to be a victory, it's going to be the Red Dog of Smeg, who's leading the Lizard Men. Maybe the High Elves could come back. If they could come back and just beat a few more enemies, maybe they could do it. Right now, it's crazy how much time we have left on the actual timer because there's a lot more going on. Chaos Spawn are currently fighting. We're going to go watch things as they are. We can see blood just being spilled all over the ground. We have enemies who are dropping like flies, well, like rat flies. And over here, Chaos Spawn are actually very good at Steel Faith. They can stay in a fight for a long time. Let's go look at their stats real quick. Very low melee defense, but a very good melee attack. 49 is not bad. They've already killed 155. And you can see they're constantly being hit. But it looks like they're going to be able to take out these slaves and everyone else. That's a good way to pad up your kills right now. So it looks like Crusader's currently in 3rd place. He's close to 4th, but it looks like Spaghetti right now is in 4th place. Unfortunately, these Marauders are not going to get very far. We're looking at the Skink Priest chasing away those Hell Cannon crews. Looking at a few Blessed Temple Guards over here and Blessed Saurus Warriors who are still in very good shape. They're going to be okay. Kraka is very strong, so he's going to be able to overwhelm everyone nearby. Over here, we're looking at the Chaos Spawn, still fighting a lot of them. I think the Chaos Spawn could have made a pretty big difference. I think the anti-large of the Temple Guard would have stopped them, but you can see the Skaven were backstabbing. They played the role of Skaven quite well, as you can well see. They came over to attack another target instead of focusing on one target at a time. So that is very much a Skaven thing to do, I'm sure. We've got a few more clan rats over here. It looks like the High Elves are trying to rest up and take their time. They're in no big rush, it looks like. And right now, the Lizard Men are currently racking up even more kills than they were before. Let's go look over here. Kraka is now charging in and destroying so many enemies as he's just really sweeping his tail across the field, getting so many kills. And that's how you rack them up. You charge in, you get out, you come back later for part 2, and it's a all-you-can-kill buffet of Skaven. And that's what we're getting right now. These rats, though, I mean, they're staying for what they are. Well, they were staying, now they're leaving, but they were doing alright. We've got a few Chaos Spawn left. It looks like we only have, what, 2 left right now, and Kraka is currently fighting them. So we've got a few Storm Vermin nearby. They're well equipped. Let's see if they can do anything to Kraka. Probably not enough to stop Kraka. You can see the detail on him as he's just kind of moving by. We're looking over here at what? A Plague Claw that's still together. We're looking at more Lizard Men moving in. We've got a few Chaos Warriors nearby. Let's go look over here. We've got some more High Elves. Man, I actually haven't commentated for a multiplayer match in a long time, but I am enjoying it. It's been a long time. I played over 100 matches myself on Warhammer 1, and I was pretty alright, pretty good. I didn't lose too many times. There were people who were much better than me, but, you know, I enjoyed it a lot, but I just don't have the time to focus on multiplayer. But being able to cover it, at least is a lot of fun, because I don't know who's going to win. So I can really be genuinely surprised by what is going on. So Storm Vermin, let's see, you're fighting that Skink Priest. I'm not sure if he's doing that intentionally or if he just doesn't care. The Kraka just came in, so that kept him busy. Now we have Kraka. Now these guys do have anti-large and armor piercing, so they can do quite a bit of damage to Kraka. Now it's a little bit too late, and they have too few to do that much. Tyrion hasn't really been too active. He's at 120 now. He's still stampeding over the battlefield. We're looking at more of these guys nearby. We're looking at 11 Silver Helms that are left right now. We've got a few warriors back here for Chaos. They're charging in after this one Plague Claw catapult crew, so they're about to go away. We're looking at a division of forces, and they're currently all parsed. And let's see them reconvene together in just a little while. Right now, we're looking at more archers that are currently attacking Kraka. And right now, it's pretty close between the Lizard Men and... Look at that, the Skaven came back. they came back and got a lot of points. Something here just gave them a lot of points. It could have been the chaos spawn. I'm not too sure how the points are scaled, but we have more archers moving in. That's pretty close to them. Let's go look at a few lizards over here. They're raising up their shields and trying to fend off those attacks as they're moving in to help out their leader Kraka. And right now Tyrion is taking on a T-Rex because, well, you know, a variant of that, because he doesn't care. Not quite a T-Rex, but you get what I mean. A lizard Rex. And now it's charging right through the archers, and so many of them are being knocked down. I mean, like bowling pins, man. Good luck. And here comes a bunch of warriors nearby. Where's their swordmasters at? Are they nearby? Yeah, they are. They're exhausted, or at least they're very tired. They're charging in, and they should be. So that should be a pretty good fight, too. They're diving right into battle. Those beautiful animations as they dive in is quite a bit of fun to watch. We've got more archers over here, and it looks like Tyrion is gone. Tyrion was actually crushed by Kraka. I didn't know that would happen, but there we go. Tyrion is now gone, and Kraka has now dominated the battlefield so far. We're looking over here right now while Swordmasters and Lizardmen are currently fighting. They're engaging, and if we keep on moving down over here, we're looking at more Plagueclaw catapults, and, well, they've got 33 kills, not a lot of kills. Looks like right now they're trying to bide their time and wait. They've got a lot of soldiers all over. There's only 2 minutes left right now. We're looking at the Lizardmen who have by far the most points. Kraka gained a lot of points by killing Tyrion, so that could have been a lot of points gained by killing a hero or something like that. That's very likely. Let's go check out the battle over here right now. But it does look like, at the moment, Lizardmen are going to win because of that slaying of Kraka. Now, I'm not sure what's going on over here. There are times when you're a little bit inundated with information and things to do, so you end up not micromanaging every unit that you have. It's very important that you're always on the move, though, when you can be. The Swordmasters have lost. Lizardmen are quite sturdy, and they can stay in a fight for a long time, and they're still diving in, crushing more Swordmasters as they move along. And here's more archers, currently delivering more volleys into the backside of Kraka and his lovely mount. And let's keep on looking over here. We probably have some battles that are happening nearby. We're looking at more Chaos Warriors going after more Skaven. Even though they've lost the battle, it looks like they're not giving up, and they're charging back in. We have muscly YMCA men going after a bunch of furry boys, and that's really not going their way. Kraka is now broken. He's nearly gone. So Kraka got a nice victory. We're looking at these warriors. If they move in pretty soon, they'll have a nice victory too. But it does look like, I mean, it could be that they actually left the game. I'm not sure what they were doing during the game. But whenever they stop moving that much, it's very likely that that is the case. So we're looking at 50 seconds left right now. Let's go to fast forward because we don't really have much left to do or even watch. But it does look like the Lizardmen have indeed won. And that battle is now over. Let's go over here. People begin to break. So we're looking at what here? The Skaven, surprisingly, had the second most remaining, 46%. Chaos had the most remaining, 47%. Their score is 7,200. So it looks like two of them were very close, neck and neck. For second place, that went to Mega of the High Elves. For the Lizardmen, their first place, they got over 9,000 points, quite a few points. We're looking at their kills real quick. We're looking at Kraka with 125 kills, King Priest of 9 kills. And they just got a nice average of kills. If we go look over here, the Chaos Spawn and Chariot did a lot of work. Tyrion did not. Or not Tyrion, but Archon did not. He did not do very well. Okay, Mega, he got a lot of work done. He got a lot of kills, but he just didn't have the infantry to hold the line. If you look at it, he really only had one actual dedicated melee infantry unit. The Swordmasters, and they got a lot of kills, but eventually they, well, fell apart. Over here, for Spaghetti, we're looking at a lot of tiny bits of kills, and maybe he needed a few more epic units to really change the fray. I probably would have brought in some type of Plague Priest to debuff my foes. That would have been very good. I mean, that would have been very good, especially with your Plagueclaw catapults. But anyway, I do hope that all of you enjoyed that, and a big shout out to Sir Red Dog, to Mega, Crusader, and Spaghetti, who are members of my Discord, which you can find linked down below. And again, if you want me to cover your multiplayer battle, hey, I'm more than happy to do that. And so there's a little board where you can put your little replay right there and just kind of like let me know what the format is, what factions you're playing, and all that. But I'll probably make a video about that and how to do it later on, just to help more people out. Anyway, look forward to more content tomorrow, and as always, until then.